The following is brought to you by the Tennessee Walking Horse Breeders and Exhibitors Association. For more information, go to TWHBEA.com.
Well, this side pass, somebody was just asking me about it a while ago. You've got to get the front end to moving first. So I'm going to pick up his front foot and try to move it off just as that foot comes off the ground. And this is what you all have to understand. You have to know where his feet are. So as soon as his left foot comes off the ground, I'm going to move it over. Move it over. And I use my outside leg on him just to push him a little bit and get him used to this where I can turn him around. I'm not trying to poke a hole in his rib cage, I'm just laying my leg up against him. So if I walk him forward, pick up his left foot, move it over and push. Push with my right leg here. If he walks off, I'm going to push a little harder and say, no, you need to come on around here. And when he does, I'll let him go. You have to get both ends situated before you can do the side pass. The way he's standing right now, he's got his weight on his left front and his right rear. So I can't push his hip to the right from where he's standing because he's got this foot drove in the ground. This is called a thrust foot. When he walks forward, he will push off with his right front or right hind leg to move his left front foot. So the way he's standing right now, I'm going to pick up on the reins just enough to tell him not to go forward, but not to pull him back either, and lay my leg back here and see if I can just move his hip over that much. He doesn't need to make a 360-degree turn. He just needs to know that when I lay my leg back here, he needs to move his hip. That's the second part of your side pass. Get both ends working. I may reposition him here just a little bit where I can move his hip this way now because he's standing on this front leg and this left hind leg. Now I want to move his hip over this way just a little bit. So when I get ready to do this, I might start out by opening up everything on the right, laying my left rein up against his neck, putting my left leg against his shoulder, taking my right leg off and just move his front end over a step. And then I might move the back end over a step. Just wait on him here. There we go. And then I'll just kind of go back and forth between the front and the back. If the back gets behind, I'll push it around there and hurry it up just a little bit. But you have to be able to use your legs to get him lined up where you need him to be. So it's just opening up everything on the left, close everything on the right. See, he's behind now. I need to get his hip over here and get his head straight again. And then just keep pushing. And it's not a constant push. Every time he takes a step, I take my leg off. And then I put it back on there and take it off. Put it on, take it off. If I leave it on there, he's going to take about 2 steps and figure out he can't get away from my leg and he's going to push back the other way. He has to have a reward of moving away from my foot. And the only way I can do that is just put it on there a little bit and wait on him. As soon as he takes a step, see he's behind again. I got to get the rear end moved over here. And I'm going to pull his head around to let his rear end catches up, and then we'll start over again. But you want your weight to start with when you're first teaching them. I've got all my weight on his left side. I'm weighting down this left stirrup. I'm opening everything up this way because if he's going to move this way, I can't be over here in the way because it makes it too hard for him. I have to shift my weight, and I'm kind of animating it a little more than necessary right now so you can see, but just to be able to open up here and push and push. When I really start one of them, I may only do just 1 step at a time. Just ask him for 1 step here correctly, and then I'll let him rest. And then I might ask for 1 more step correctly, and then let him rest. If I ask too much, then he's going to get bored and tired and go to getting fussy. So I don't like to overdo it. And sometimes when they're doing it so good, you just want to keep doing it. You go up and down this arena 14 times. And then the next day you can't get him to side pass with a bulldozer because you've overdone it. So he has to have reasons for wanting to do this, and I'm going to try to do it just as light as I possibly can to start with. And once he gets used to it, I don't have to be pounding on him, jerking on him, and all that. I'm going to offer him the lightest deal right here that I can actually offer him just to move over. If you start pulling on him too much, you're going to just have to pull on him more. So you offer him just the best deal you can offer him to start with. I want to be just as light with him as I can possibly be to move that front end over here, get him set up, and see if we can move the rear end over here just a little bit. But every step he makes, I've got to take my leg off, ask again. Like I said, if he gets too far behind himself here, wants to bend around, I'm going to ask him again, just take one step correctly. There you go. Now take another step. There. Now we can walk forward. I don't like to harp on one thing too long. I'll do something else for a little bit, and then I'll go back to what I was working on. It's not that hard if you understand the horse's feet, where his feet are, when to ask him to move, and be as light as you possibly can and don't overdo it. Just open up one side here, open up this side here. Just pretend you're pointing. Yeller, we want to go to the right here. If he walks off, I'll take a hold of him just a little bit, tell him, no, I don't want you to walk off. I want you just to move over here. And when he does it correctly, like right now he's pushing and going forward, I'm not going to let him quit now till he does it soft and easy and goes to the right with his head down a little bit. There. When he does it correctly, then I quit. But if he's not doing it correctly, I'm going to keep doing it until he figures it out. So if I'm walking and I'm looking right that way, I expect my horse to follow my eyes. If I get ready to turn at the beginning on my horses, I'm going to look back this way and see if he'll follow me around this way without doing a whole lot. Because what happens, it changes the way you're sitting in that saddle. So if I want him to turn when I'm working on one, I may look over my shoulder this way, take my leg and say, let's go over that way a little bit. And the more I look around here, the more he's going to follow my eyes. I don't want to look down at his feet so much. If I lean over here and say, I want you to move that foot, he said, well, I can't move it, idiot, you're standing on it. So if I want that foot to move, I've got to get over here and look towards JD there and have him come around that foot. But most of the time we're riding just like this, looking at the dashboard all the time. It's not going to go anywhere. There's no sense looking at it. But if you'll just look where you're going, your horse will pretty much pick up on it. Same way on a side pass. You want a side pass, you need to look over there at those barrels and say, let's go over here. And just use your leg a little bit to give him some gas and look this way. This is not really a complicated deal. It's a matter of spending the time of you learning your horse. You all have the excellent opportunity with all these other horses. If you're riding, watch the other horses. Look at their footfall. Every horse, whether it's a walking horse, draft horse, quarter horse, cow, donkey, mule, cat, dog, all have the same cadence with their foot. That cadence never changes. And once you know where one foot is, you ought to know where the other three are, so that you can always give him a cue where he can understand it. You want to move this? Move it over here while he's walking. And just keep asking him a little bit. The only way you can do that when he's walking is knowing when this back foot comes off the ground. So if I do this and say, okay, let's move that. As his hind foot back here comes off the ground while we're walking, I may shove over there. Shove over there. Shove over there. Because that foot's in there, he can't very well stop me from doing that. Knowing where their feet are. And I've had people say, oh, well, that's a draft horse, or that's a mule, or that's a walking horse. You can't do those things with that horse. I'll guarantee you can do anything on these walking horses you can do with a quarter horse. He may not be able to run as fast as my thoroughbred. If I want to rope something, he may not have quite enough speed. But otherwise, just moving him around for what I want to do, they're fine. But knowing where their feet are and asking them to move and knowing how to ask them and getting out of their way and let him do it is the main thing. Don't be in his way.
Once you have your horse side passing, moving off your leg, then you have to teach the horse to push. This is one method of doing that. I'm going to set myself up just like we do for the regular side pass. I'm going to look at my target, I'm going to apply my pressure, and I'm going to walk him to it. Once he touches it and bumps it, I'm going to reward him. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. I'm going to do it again each time. I don't care how far he moves it, but I'm going to reward him for every time he does it. Good boy, good boy, good boy. I'm going to do both sides. You do one side, you got to do the other side. So I'm going to put him over here. I'm going to put his shoulder close to it. Over, over. Still looking. Bump it, bump it, bump it, bump it, bump it, bump it. Good boy, good boy, good boy. We're going to show how we start a horse pushing or moving people. Now the first thing we're going to do is, just like we did with the side pass, we're going to start slow. And all I'm going to do is she's going to pet the horse. She's going to pet the horse. She's going to take a step back, and then I'm going to ask the horse to move towards her, one step. And if he moves one step, then she's going to walk up and pet him and tell him, good boy, good boy. We're going to repeat this and repeat this. It's all about reward. She's going to take a couple of steps over, and then I'm going to move towards her.
Good boy.
Again, good boy, good boy. We'll continue doing this until he moves easily. Now this time, we're going to speed this up. She's going to move away from him as I approach him. So I'm going to side pass for her. I'm going to look at her. I'm going to move, and she's going to move back. She's going to move back. And then when I stop, she's going to walk up and pet him. Good boy. Good boy. So we'll do this several times, just getting him, she's going to move back. I'm going to move towards her. Then as I stop, she's going to come up and pet him. Boy. Now, this time she's going to put both hands on him. Watch your feet. Okay. She's going to take just a little bit of resistance, and then I'm going to move the horse over. He's going to push her, and she's going to push against him a little bit. That's right. Good boy. Good boy. Whoa.
What a good horse.
Whoa.
Very good.
We'll go around the other side. We're going to increase this every time we do it. Now, it's not going to happen all in one day, but we're going to increase it this time. She's going to push a little bit. She's going to holler, and then I'm going to push against her.
Hey, I'm not leaving.
We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep pushing.
Hey, horse.
That's good. That's good.
Abuse. I'm not going to say you get abuse. There we go.
That's good. We'll keep doing this and increasing the pressure, and always the horse wins. Always the horse wins. After your horse learns to side pass properly, and you have him moving against pressure, the next thing you can teach him is to use it for a purpose. And this is one of the purposes, making an arrest or being able to trap someone for a few minutes until you can get ground officers there. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of a struggle. He's going to push against the horse, and I'm going to take the horse, and he's pushing hard. You'll notice his face is starting to get a little bit red, but I'm going to push him all the way over against this wall, and then I'm going to trap him on. Watch him, Jose. Now you can see where this would be useful as far as law enforcement. Turn around, please. Put your hands on top of your head. This would be a good way to be able to trap and hold someone. Watch him, Jose. To hold them in a position until you can get him searched or get someone over there. Besides side pass and pushing sideways, we're also going to teach our horses to push through. And we'll show you how. First, we're going to start very little motion, very little thing. I'm going to take the horse and I'm going to ride him forward until he pushes through their hands. They're going to pet the horse. We're going to tell him, good boy, good boy, good boy. That's right. Now they're going to lock hands, but we're going to push through. He's going to put his head right up here. When he feels that contact, they're going to break hands. We're going to increase this now. They're going to fight just a little bit. They're going to struggle a little bit. They're going to talk. They're going to yell. All right, all right. Break them up, 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 break them up. There you go. Get over there, 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 get over there. That's good, that's good. You head over there, head over there, head over there, head over there.
Whoa, whoa, wait, hey, you roll.
All right.
Go get him.
Now everybody come pet the horse.
Here you go. He's a good boy.
This is how you start your horse pushing against people or pushing against things. The more you do it, the better he'll get.